Welcome back to 30-Second Basketball, where we go over the most important games from around the association last night in around 30 seconds. Let's get into it. The Pacers visited the 76ers in the first game of our recap, which resulted in a 133-120 win for the Philadelphia 76ers in the Wells Fargo Center. It was an important game for the 76ers to win, as it still gives them a chance to grab the third seed in the East. Joel Embiid had a monster double-double with 41 points and 20 rebounds to lead Philadelphia to an important win. The Pacers had 7 double-digit scorers in a collective effort, but it wasn't enough to handle Joel Embiid's explosion. The 76ers will now host Detroit in the second half of a back-to-back, which is their season finale, and the Pacers will be in Brooklyn tonight in the second half of a back-to-back to finish their season. The Grizzlies absolutely routed the Pelicans in a pretty much meaningless matchup on Saturday night, 141-114. Ja Morant returned from Memphis in this game and had 21 points on efficient shooting. The Grizzlies also had a franchise record broken tonight as they posted a 55-point third quarter. Dillon Brooks had 23 and Brandon Clark had 20 to also help out Memphis in the win. The Pelicans did not get a very high scorer as CJ McCollum led the way with just 16 points in the New Orleans loss. The Grizzlies will now host the Celtics tonight in the second half of a back-to-back, and the Pelicans will host Golden State tonight in the second half of a back-to-back. The Warriors got a crucial win over the San Antonio Spurs on Saturday night as they won 100-94 in the AT&T Center. This win for the Warriors helps them maintain the third seed in the West and keeps them a game over the fourth seeded Mavericks. This loss also locks in the Spurs for the 10th seed in the West. The Warriors' leading scorer was Jordan Poole with 18 points on a terrible 3 of 19 shooting night, but 11 free throws helped his case. Without DeJounte Murray and Keldon Johnson, Lonnie Walker IV stepped up with 24 points on efficient shooting, but his team fell just 6 points short. The Warriors will now visit New Orleans tonight in the second half of a back-to-back, and the Spurs will visit Dallas tonight in the second half of a back-to-back. The Clippers hosted the Kings in the last game of our recap, and Los Angeles cruised to a 117-98 victory on their home floor. This was the 4th straight win for the Clippers as they are already locked into the 8th seed in the West, but Paul George's return gives Clippers fans some hope. George put up 23 points on 6 of 9 3-point shooting to lead the way for the Clips, and Norman Powell chipped in with 20 points off the bench. For the Kings, rookie guard Davion Mitchell had 22 points on 10 of 18 shooting, but Paul George would prove to be too much for them to handle on Saturday night. The Clippers will now host the Thunder tonight in the second half of a back-to-back, and the Clippers will visit the Suns tonight in the second half of a back-to-back.